Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today is not a very happy day for me. I'm sad and angry at the same time because, had I known, it's always at last, guys. And I am angry because of all the people who do not know the actual situation on the grounds, but said just go. And then when you go, everything will be okay. You just need to enter. And when you enter, everything will fall in place. And they said that, and I am even more angry because they continue to say it, despite everything that is going on. Despite everything that is going on, people are still pushing people to make this move and telling them that they just need to come and things are going to be okay. They just need to enter. It's rather unfortunate that most of these people who are pushing people to do these things are not on the grounds themselves. So they have no idea what is going on. The moment you try to talk someone out of it, they see you as an enemy of progress. It's a very sad situation, guys. I mean, the number of people who have been left stranded in this Canada here, they are helpless because they do not know what to do. They do not see a way forward and they do not see a way backward. They are just stuck and they are helpless and they do not know what to do. Most of these people came without having a proper plan. Most of these people came not knowing anyone here. Okay, so they were excited about traveling, and then once they had a visa and the agent who worked on the visa for them told them that, oh, all you need to do is to enter. All you need to do is to enter. And when you enter, everything will fall in place. Guys, once you enter, everything will fall in place. And the number of people who came and are still coming, and what even hurts me the more is that people who have gotten visas are still being encouraged to come despite everything that is going on. People who had their visitors visa approved and had not traveled yet are still being encouraged to come. Why? And you know that these people are not coming just to visit and go back. So why are you still encouraging these people to come when those who came first have been left stranded, are stuck, and they do not know what to do with their lives? And it's not as if you are even giving the person a lead person or nothing at all. Just come. The person doesn't know anyone there. Go. The person has no accommodation. Go. The person does not even have enough money to sustain them for even a month or two. You are still pushing this person to go. Why? It's sad, guys. It's sad. Even at the time that people who came in with visitors visa could change their visas from visitors to work permit, it wasn't easy, guys. I did a video on that. So many people who came in with that intention were not able to. So many of them, those who planned well, were able to go back because they did not leave their home countries like they were not going to go back anymore. Some were smart enough to take leave of absence from work, so they were able to go back and go to work. Some had monies on them, so they did not take loans, they did not sell properties, they do not do any of such. So they still had things home that they could rely on. And when they were coming, they didn't tell people that they are relocating. They told people they are visiting. because yes, they came with a visitor's visa. But what about the others, the many others? What about the many others who sold their property and took loans and resigned, all because an agent told them that in Canada, once you come in with a visitor's visa, you're able to change the visa and then get a work. I don't know if you have watched the interview I had with a young man who came with the same intention. If you haven't, kindly watch that video and understand how I feel today. This young man said he came to seek greener pastures. And then when I asked him if he really knew what was the situation was like here, he said the person told him that all he needed to do was to enter. How can you do someone this great disservice? How? All he needed to do was to enter? Because you have prepared things there waiting for him? Oh, you've even made an arrangement for him to be picked at the airport, and then you have prepared things, accommodation and everything for him. Is that the case? Then why do you keep telling people that all they need to do is to enter? Why? And that even when he doesn't get the LMIA, he'll get a cash job. Where is the cash job? Where is the cash job? And many of these agents have never even traveled. They haven't traveled though, but they are travel agents. I don't even know how that works. And then they will take money from you. In fact, the money that you are supposed to come and live on till you are able to stand on your feet, they will take all that money from you before you come and leave you to your fate. Guys, the young man told me that since he came, he had applied for not less than 300 LMIA jobs. 300 LMIA jobs. If you just need to go and everything will be okay, would you have to apply for 300? And it's not as if after applying for the 300, he had one. He didn't get any. And then sadly, all of a sudden, a program that was supposed to have ended in February 2025, Canada wakes up and decides that no, let's end the program immediately. And then so many of them, so many of them are here and stranded. Guys, so many. The number of people in this country who came with that purpose and have not been able to. You know, people were busy gathering monies because they had contacted some lawyers who said they could help them. Some have even given part of the monies to the lawyers. Now, I don't even know whether the lawyers are going to give them their monies back or whatever. I don't know. Because that process, that policy that allows you to change your visitor visa to work permit no longer exists. So those who came and got money and gave it to lawyers to help them with that process. And the process, the lawyers never even began the process because probably their documents were not all ready. They were now trying to put things together. So when they get small money, they just take it to the lawyer, hoping that one day they will get the required amount of money they need and all that their documents together so that the lawyer will be able to change from the visitor's visa to the LMIA and get a work permit for them. Only for these people to sleep and wake up. And then Canada says, effective immediately, that policy has come to an end. What can you say? It's not fair. Yes, it's not fair, but what can you do? Because this policy was supposed to have ended in February. So why didn't it just go to February to end? Why does it have to be brought to an immediate end? But what can you do? What can you do? Nothing. You can't do anything about it. So I do not understand why people still want others who have not yet put themselves in these situations. Talk to people who have already gotten their visas. And they know very well that they were not coming just to visit. They still want to come. Why don't you rather relax and find out alternative ways to come? Because the way you wanted to come, that pathway has been blocked. So why don't you rather relax, save the money you have on you now, and look for other legit pathways to come? Why don't you rather do that? Why don't you rather take your time and look for other legit pathways to come? There are still pathways that are still working. The express entry route is there. A new pilot program for carers has been launched. Those ones gives you permanent residency right away. Why would you want to put yourself in a difficult situation? Now, if you watched my interview with a young man, when I asked him what he would do differently, knowing what he knows now, he said that he would want to get the right visa, a visa that allowed him to work before he takes that move. He would have wanted to come in with a work permit from his home country. If he knew what he knows now, he would have done everything to come in with a work permit. The small money you have on you, you are coming to spend that money and find yourself in a very terrible situation. And yeah, people have died sleeping outside in Canada. Let me tell you. People have died sleeping outside here in Canada. People have had frostbites to the extent that their hands needed to be cut off. It's not a situation you would want to come and joke with. You don't know anyone here. Even the money you have is the money you have less than $10,000. You have less than $10,000. Some come with no money at all. They don't know anyone. They have no money. You meet them with their luggage, walking around, hoping to find help. I don't know the kind of courage these people have. But I wish they could really use the same courage that they used to take this very dangerous move. They can channel it to something more beneficial, something that is approved, something that is legit. Okay, so you have all this courage, knowing the dangers, the possible dangers, and everything you can put your life in, putting your life in such risk. Why don't you have this courage to sit down and write your IELTS? Why don't you put this courage into learning and writing your IELTS so that you can use one of the approved ways that gives you permanent residency to come? The money you are giving to the agent can write your IELTS and you will still have money for your plane tickets. So why don't you use that courage to do the right thing and follow the right pathway? So one person has come, they have regretted. You too, you want to come and regret. What happens to learning from experience? Or do you need to learn just from your own experience? Can't you learn from other people's experiences? I mean, that is why sometimes when you are going to buy an item, you want to go back and read the reviews on it. Because you are not the first person buying the item. Before you buy anything that you are serious about, before you invest so much money into buying an item, you want to know what people who bought the item ahead of you have said about the item. Is that not the case? You want to know how the item has been reviewed to be sure that you are not throwing money away. Is that not the case? So why is it that when it comes to travel, we do not want to listen? Somebody will come and tell you that, oh, I have regretted. I wish I could go back. But the disgrace, I don't know how I'm going to go, and you still say you want to come and see for myself. Really? If you are walking in a queue, say you are even the third person. The second person also got to the place and fell in the pit. When you get to that same place, what would you do? You'd be careful. You try to jump, you try to avoid a pit. So why is it that when it comes to the issue of travel, anyone who tells you to be cautious becomes your enemy? Anyone who advises you to use the right pathway is seen as an enemy. Why? Why does it have to be the case, guys? There are still legitimate pathways to come to Canada. And I have done a video about it. Still considering Canada, I have done a video on that. I am going to link that video at the end of this video. There are still legitimate pathways to enter Canada. You can use the express entry route. You can also use the CARA. You can come for school. And coming as a student, you should know what you want. Are you coming as a student just to learn and go back? If you are coming as a student with the intention to stay, you should be advised on the courses to choose, the program you want to study. Because if you want to come to school and stay, you cannot come and study any program and stay. Canada has told us the programs they need. They mention healthcare. Just for those of us who are not aware, they mention healthcare, they mention construction, they mention agric. And with everything that is going on, they say people in these three fields are exempted. With everything that is going on, they said people in healthcare, construction, and agriculture are exempted. So if you are coming to Canada now to study, and you have an intention of staying in Canada after your studies, what program should you come and study? You still want to come and study human resource? Okay, come and study human resource. Or you still want to come and study procurement? Come and study procurement. They have told you this is what we want. So if you have the intention of coming here to study and you know that you would like to stay after your studies, then what you are coming to study should be in line with what they need, should be in line. The program you are coming to study should be in line with the needs of Canada. Okay? If your plan is to stay after your studies. Otherwise, after your studies, you would have to go back. It will get to a time, and it has already gotten there, because students have started demonstrating. Students have started demonstrating in Canada. So people who are already in Canada are not having it easy. If you have not yet made the move, don't worry about the visa that you have now. Okay? Don't waste money and come and spend all that money. Listen, that money that you have, that you see it as money because it's in your local currency, when you get to Canada here, it is not money. It is not money at all, especially if you do not know anyone. Because in Canada, if you do not know anyone, nobody would even rent their houses to you. So you have to be sleeping in Airbnb, and it is expensive. No matter how much money you say you have, to stay for 2 months in an Airbnb in Canada, that money, if any will be left, will be very insignificant. Okay? That money that perhaps you sold your property, that property will be spent just in a month, sleeping, accommodation in a month. Because you did not do the necessary arrangement and planning. There are still pathways. As of now, coming with visitor's visa with the intention of staying should be out of your mind. Out of your mind. take that out of your mind. If you want to come and visit, you are welcome. We will love to receive you. If you are coming to visit, and that is your whole purpose, you are welcome, my dear. You are welcome. We would love to, in fact, if any of you are coming to visit, when you get here, call me. I'll take you around. I'll send you to beautiful places. If you are coming to visit, just for visit, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay? But if you are coming to visit and you know that in your mind, you are still coming to try to find a way, unless something is chasing you and you are coming to seek asylum, that is different. Unless you do not feel safe in your home country and you are coming to seek asylum, that is different. If you are coming on a visitor's visa and you know you are not going to go back, it should be only because you know something is chasing you and you are coming to seek asylum. It should be only because you know that you are running away for safety. You are running away from wherever you are coming from. You are running away for safety. You are coming to seek protection from Canada. That should be the only reason why you are coming on a visitor's visa and not thinking of going back. You are coming to that should be the only reason why you are coming on a visitor's visa and not thinking of going back. You are coming to seek asylum because your life is in danger, because you are not safe. You don't feel safe in your country anymore. And you cannot come and tell any bedtime stories and you'll be granted asylum in Canada. You cannot come and concoct things that do not exist. You cannot just come and create things and come and seek asylum. Changing visitor's visa to work permit is no longer, that policy has been cancelled in Canada. Okay? So if you're coming with a visitor's visa, it's because you're coming to visit, or it's because something is chasing you. You don't feel safe. You feel you are coming to seek protection from the Canada government. Either than that, look for the right pathway and use that. If you are coming with the intention of finding work, look for the right pathway. Apply for work outside Canada. Once you get your work permit, or you try the express entry. If I were young, if I was still in my 20s, and I have a degree or a master's degree, the only route I would want to use would be the express entry. The only route I would want to use would be the express entry route, because that gives you and your whole family permanent residency. Okay? Or the carer route. I mean, if you are a carer, if you've cared for people, if you've worked in healthcare, if you've cared for children, if you've cared for people with disabilities, all these people who teach in schools that children have disabilities. I mean, all these people are carers. All these people are carers. They've cared for people. They've cared for children. They've cared for elderly people. They've cared for people with disabilities. All these categories of people fall in the carer category. So if you fall in that category, just prepare and use the carer route. The band has been reduced to band 4. It has been reduced to band 4 because Canada still needs carers, you see. So it's not as if Canada doesn't want anybody to come. They want people who meet their needs. Okay? They want people with skills that meet their needs. Thank you guys for staying with me till now. I really appreciate your time. Kindly hit the like button. Share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe to this channel for more valuable updates. Thank you. Bye.